Sniffing an ancient corpse might sound taboo, but for those who are curious, Slovenian researchers have revealed well-preserved Egyptian mummies smell quite nice. The top descriptions range from woody, spicy, and sweet, as well as other aromas, according to sniff testers.
The note floral probably indicates that some of the mummification materials are plant-based, such as resinous or and these resins could be, for example, from pine trees or juniper and similar. So, in general, many of these mummification materials have quite a pleasant smell.
The findings come from a study published Thursday in the Journal of the American Chemical Society. Scientists used chemical analysis and a group of human sniffers to help determine the odors from 9 mummies up to 5,000 years old that were in storage or on display at the Egyptian Museum in Cairo. Researchers wanted to study the scents because it was a crucial factor in the mummification process, which used oils, waxes, and balms to preserve the body and its spirit in the afterlife. Scientists say the practice was mostly reserved for pharaohs and nobility, as pleasant aromas were believed to signal purity, while bad odors were thought to be signs of corruption. Researchers did not sample the mummies themselves over ethical concerns. They were able to determine whether the smells came from an archaeological item or from decay due to mold, bacteria, or other factors by using tools to measure air molecules coming from the sarcophagi to determine the state of preservation.
We were quite worried that we might find notes or hints of decaying bodies, which wasn't the case. We were specifically worried that there might be indications of microbial degradation or microbiological degradation, but that was not the case, which means that the environment in this museum is actually quite good in terms of preservation.
German researcher Barbara Huber, who was not part of the study, told the Associated Press the findings could provide important information on compounds that better preserve mummified remains. She says the research could be used to protect ancient bodies for generations to come. Huber did author a study 2 years ago which examined residue from a jar that had mummified organs from an ancient noblewoman in order to identify embalming ingredients and their origins, which uncovered information about trade routes. Huber then worked with a perfumer to create a similar smell from the identified ingredients called Scent of Eternity, now available to museum goers in Denmark for their sniffing pleasure. Researchers with the latest study hope their findings can do something similar by recreating the scents they detected through so-called smellscapes for future museum visitors.
When we experience the world, we use our 5 senses. And we believe there was value specifically in such a collection, in such a heritage, in understanding what was the significance of the smell to their value to the public, to their value for conservation, so we can ensure that we can leave this heritage for future generations in its entirety.
For more on this story, download the Straight Arrow News app or go to san.com.